OpenStack Practice Test 2026 OpenStack Cloud Certification Exam Questions and Test Prep. Question 1. Which OpenStack service provides identity, authentication, and authorization? Nova, Keystone, Glance, Swift. Keystone is the identity service used by all other OpenStack services. Question 2. What is a hybrid cloud? A cloud using both Windows and Linux. An architecture combining public and private clouds. A cloud with both HDD and SSD storage. A mixture of POS and SOS. A hybrid cloud integrates on-premises private cloud infrastructure with public cloud resources. Question 3. Which kind of cloud computing does the core of OpenStack provide? SOS, POS, IaaS, CaaS. OpenStack is primarily an infrastructure as a service, IaaS, platform. Question 4. Which OpenStack component is responsible for managing virtual machine instances? Neutron, Cinder, Nova, Heat. Nova is the compute service that manages the lifecycle of virtual machines. Question 5. In Keystone, which entity is used to aggregate projects and users into an administrative boundary, group, domain, region, endpoint? Domains provide a way to group projects, users, and groups for easier administration. Question 6. What happens when a new compute instance is started from a Glance image? The image is locked. The image is copied to the computing node. The image is deleted from Glance. The image is converted to a PDF. The image file is typically cached on the compute node where the instance is being launched. Question 7. Which service provides block storage for OpenStack instances? Swift, Glance, Cinder, Neutron. Cinder is the block storage service, allowing persistent volumes to be attached to VMS. Question 8. In Swift, how are write operations serviced via the REST API? HTTP GET, HTTP POST, HTTP PUT, HTTP DELETE. Swift uses HTTP PUT for creating or updating objects. Question 9. What is the primary role of the Neutron service? Database management, networking as a service, image registry, object storage. Neutron manages virtual network infrastructure, including switches, routers, and IP addresses. Question 10. Which OpenStack service provides an image registry and management? Nova, Glance, Keystone, Swift. Glance allows users to discover, register, and retrieve virtual machine images. Question 11. What is Horizon in the context of OpenStack? The command line tool, the web-based dashboard, the orchestration engine, the backup service. Horizon provides a graphical user interface for interacting with OpenStack services. Question 12. Which component allows users to define and orchestrate complex cloud applications using templates? Neutron, Nova, Heat, Swift. Heat is the orchestration service that uses templates, hot, to manage stacks of resources. Question 13. Which service provides object storage for large amounts of unstructured data? Cinder, Manila, Swift, Trove. Swift is designed for high availability, distributed object storage. Question 14. What is a project formerly tenant in OpenStack? A single physical server, an organizational unit for grouping and isolating resources, a software update, a network cable. Projects are used to isolate resources, VMS, networks, etc., for different users or departments. Question 15. Which service provides shared file systems as a service? Cinder, Swift, Manila, Glance. Manila provides shared file systems, like NFS or CIFS, to instances. Question 16. The placement service in OpenStack is used to store user passwords, track resource provider inventories and usage, monitor CPU temperature, deliver email notifications. Placement helps Nova decide where to place an instance based on resource availability. Question 17. Which command line client is the modern, unified tool for interacting with OpenStack? Nova Client, Keystone Client, OpenStack, Cloud CLI. The OpenStack command is the unified CLI that replaces individual service clients. Question 18. What is ephemeral storage in a Nova instance? Storage that persists after the instance is deleted. Temporary storage that is lost when the instance is deleted. Cloud-based backup storage. Physical RAM. Ephemeral storage exists only for the life of the VM instance. Question 19. Which protocol is primarily used by OpenStack services to communicate with each other? Telnet, RESTful APIs over HTTP/HTTPS, FTP, SNMP. OpenStack services communicate via RESTful APIs. Question 20. In OpenStack, what is a flavor? The color of the dashboard. A hardware configuration, RAM, vCPUs, disk, for a VM instance. A type of encryption. A region in the data center. Flavors define the size and capacity of virtual machines that can be launched.